welcome back or welcome to my little book talk time. However, today's a little different because we are picking out the books that we get to talk about in about 4 weeks. It is November, which means that we get to pick another 2024 monthly TBR, and I am very excited for this. In October, we used a bingo card to choose our TBR, and I think I want to do the same thing for November. So obviously, right here, I have my bingo card with all of the little prompts, and on my tablet, because I'm an iPad kid, I have a bingo number generator. For those of you who don't know how this works, I go ahead and click that giant green button that says choose a bingo ball. It gives me a number, and then I count to the number on here, and then whatever number corresponds with whatever prompt, we pick a book with that prompt. So for example, say that I spin our little ball and get the number 3. I go here, I count 3, 1, 2, 3, and it is a sci-fi book. So I would pick a book from my very limited sci-fi shelf because I have like 3 sci-fi books. I really hope I don't get sci-fi. But now that we are on the same page about how this bingo card works, let's go ahead and pick our November 2024 TBR. Last month, I believe I picked 5 books, and I think I'm going to pick 5 again. In October, I didn't start reading off my TBR until October 25th, and I don't remember if I finished all the books on there or not, but if the same thing happens in November, I would rather have 5 than like 6 or 7, so we're gonna do 5. I feel like that's our little sweet spot, you know? But with that, let's go ahead and spin for our first number, which is going to be 9. Okay, on our bingo card, let me count 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, a mystery book. Ooh, mystery's interesting. I don't think I've had any mysteries in October. This will be fun. Okay, let's go ahead and migrate over to my mystery shelf so we can go pick a mystery book. Okay, this shelf right here are like my mystery thriller books. Well, I guess it's like a shelf and a half just because of how my books are oriented on here, but still, this is where we are. For mystery, I have a whole bunch of options because my mom is a super big mystery reader, as am I. But there's 2 right off the bat I really think I want to read. Let me pull them out. The first one is The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. If you don't know me, you probably don't know, but I don't read backs of books because I love going into books blind. It is literally like my favorite thing in the world. I will probably never trade it for anything else. So obviously I don't know too much, but I do remember that when we picked this up from Barnes & Noble a year and a half ago, we both argued over who was going to read it first because it sounded that good. And obviously it's been a year and a half and neither of us have picked it up. So I'm gonna read you guys like the little top blurb, so like not the actual plot but like the pull factor of the book. You ready? Evelyn Hardcastle will be murdered at 11 p.m. There are 8 days and 8 witnesses for you to inhabit. We will only let you escape once you tell us the name of the killer. Understood? Then let's begin. Okay, that makes sense. Now I know. Now I know. And the other one I'm thinking about doing is A Flicker in the Dark. I have heard either very good or very bad things about this book, so I'm pretty sure this is about kids who go missing and then they turn up years later, if I'm not incorrect. Yeah, it says at the age of 12, 16 girls go missing. And like I said, I don't like to know too much going into my books, so that's kind of the vibe of this one. So apparently my 2 options are why did children go missing or why is Evelyn Hugo dying Hugo? Oh my gosh. Or why is Evelyn Hardcastle dying 7.5 different times? I think I'm going to go with the 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. On the back, it mentions that it's like a gothic mystery, and I feel like that really fits the vibe of October, November. So the 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle is the first book on my TBR. I went ahead and brought our bingo number generator and our bingo card over here because I have a feeling every time I walk back over there, I'm gonna need to walk back over here because this is where both of my books live. So long story short, we have a new meeting place, but let me show you all the books that we got so I don't have to change camera angles so many times. Shocker! I never claimed to be a smart book content creator, just that I like to create content with my books, okay? Spinning for the second number. It is 25. And this one I don't have to count out because my bingo card is 5 by 5. So the last one at the bottom is going to be number 25. And that is Switching Point of Views. For this one, I already know what I'm going to do. Ooh, do I? Yeah, I already know what I'm gonna do. Back in October, I got literally the same exact prompt, and I'm pretty dang sure that that is the prompt that gave me Haunting Adeline, which I have about 25% left in, but I'm definitely gonna finish it before October is over, so for my November 2024 TBR, I want to read Haunting Adeline. Quick brief intermission just to say that I am loving Haunting Adeline, and I cannot wait to see what happens in here after finishing Haunting Adeline, so that was easy. Number 2 is gonna be Haunting Adeline. Let's go for number 3. Spinning the numbers. 17, 16, 17 is an anticipated high rating. Ooh, I think I know. Okay, this one is actually on my 2024 TBR cart. Let me go grab it. I don't like guessing what my ratings of books are going to be because I feel like it really ruins it for me if I have a really high anticipated rating. However, this one I feel so okay with giving that title to, and that is going to be Apprentice to the Villain. I read Assistant to the Villain in Reading My Way Through the Alphabet video, the first part, because there's so many letters in the alphabet, and I absolutely loved that book. I was giggling, I was kicking my feet, I was enjoying the romance, I was enjoying the plot, but like was mostly enjoying the romance. I love the dynamic between all of the characters, and I love the friendships, the relationships. I love like the mystery part of it. Like, it's perfect. Like, it's so perfect. I ended up rating Assistant to the Villain 4 out of 5 stars, so I'm pretty dang sure that if we get the same thing in here, Apprentice to the Villain is going to be the same. So for a book that I am anticipating having a high rating, we are going to go with Apprentice to the Villain. Let's go ahead and spin for book number 4, which is going to be number 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, good. Number 11 is a book from my yearly TBR. And luckily for me, I have about 20 books left on my yearly TBR. Let's actually go migrate over to my TBR cart because all of them are in the same place and we can pick one from there. Allow me to introduce you to my TBR cart. Right away, we are going to go ahead and ignore the top shelf because these are all the books that I want to read before the end of the month and books that I have read so far this month. So I'm going to redirect your attention to the bottom 2 shelves. Every single book on the bottom shelf is on my yearly TBR. This middle shelf only has a couple that are on my yearly TBR. The ones that are Wildfire, Powerless, and then I have 4 of the same series back here, which is from the Blackthorn Key series, which is actually what I was thinking that we could pick up. Because it's a series, obviously I'll have to go with book 3, which is this one right here. This is The Assassin's Curse by Kevin Sands. This year I already read Blackthorn Key and Mark of the Plague. This series is actually one that I've read before multiple times. It is like my favorite childhood series, and I decided that this year I wanted to go through and tab the series because like I said, love this series. If we don't read The Assassin's Curse, I'm thinking we maybe pick up Wildfire. This one just gives me so many summer vibes, and I know that it takes place in the summer, but because it's on my 2024 TBR, I can't really wait an entire 8 months to pick it up again. And the rest of them are actually series, and before I start any other series, I want to finish a couple that I'm in the middle of because I am in the middle of so many series right now, which sucks. I really should get better at planning what I read, especially when I have a yearly TBR that is not finished. Fantasy, dark romance, mystery. You know what? I think I'm going to go with The Assassin's Curse. I love this series. I know I'm going to love this book because I've read it already. I think this is a good, safe choice. Not that I need a safe choice, just I want to pick this one. Okay, so for a book that is on my yearly TBR, I picked The Assassin's Curse by Kevin Sands. Okay, that is 4 out of the 5 books. I'm thinking we might actually pick 6. I know I said 5, but maybe we pick 6, maybe. Let's see what we get for book number 5, and we'll go from there. For book number 5, our number is going to be 3. Dude, I jinxed myself. My third prompt is a sci-fi. I said I didn't want a sci-fi. No! Okay, let's go travel to my science fiction shelf, which consists of a whole 3 entire books. Dude, these books are like hidden in the corner and not touched ever because I don't want to read any of them. I have them because I do. Our 3 options are, of course, the biggest books known to land. The first one is Dune, which I really don't want to read right now. Second is The Wanderers by Chuck Wendig. And third is The Rising, which is actually an entire trilogy. Okay. So in here, the 3 books are Feed, Deadline, and Blackout. Now, obviously, if this is the sci-fi book that I choose to read, I am not reading all 3 of them in here. I would only be reading the first one, which is called Feed, which is this much of the book. Wait, is The Hunger Games a sci-fi? Let me Google that. The Hunger Games is considered science fiction. No, not doing either of these 3. We're gonna read The Hunger Games. The Hunger Games is actually on my TBR cart. Let me go grab it super quickly. The Hunger Games trilogy is actually one that I have in my 2024 yearly TBR, so this great pick. All that I know about Hunger Games is that it's very loved. Most people read it when they're in middle school, high school. I have graduated high school and still have not read The Hunger Games. I feel really behind in this sense. Nonetheless, I think this is what I'm going to go with for my sci-fi pick because I think it's the smart decision here. I know I said I didn't want to pick up another series, but every single one of my sci-fi books are series, okay? I feel like this is the best option. I also feel like if I'm going to read a sci-fi, I need to ease my way into it because I have never picked up the sci-fi genre. That is our 5th book. And because I have to read a science fiction, I think that I'll let myself do one more prompt. You guys want to do one more? Let's do one more. Okay, I've gone ahead and migrated us back over into this little reading corner. Why? I don't know. I felt like it. But let's pick our sixth and final prompt. That number is going to be 14. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, a book from a series. Okay, this is good. I have a lot of series that I need to finish reading. Ooh. The question is, what book do I want that to be? I'm thinking we pick a book for my yearly TBR, so let's go back over to my yearly TBR cart. Welcome back, everybody, to Cartland. Like I stated before, 85% of these books are from series. I just don't know which one I want to pick up. We could do Wildfire, or we could do Divine Rivals. Literally every single book that is left on my 2024 TBR is an option, actually. Every single one. Except for House of Leaves. But I think I might actually take House of Leaves off my 2024 TBR because it intimidates me immensely. We could do Fourth Wing. I'm not against Fourth Wing. It just, once again, intimidates the crap out of me. You know what? I feel like I need to read Fourth Wing. Yeah. I'm gonna pick Fourth Wing. That is a sentence I never thought would leave my mouth. I'm gonna read Fourth Wing. I'm actually really scared. Okay, now that we have picked all 6 books, let's go ahead and do a little recap of what my November TBR is gonna be. The first prompt that I got was to read a mystery, and for that, I picked The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle by Stuart Turton. Second was a book with switching point of views, which I picked Hunting Adeline by H.D. Carlton. Third was a book that I anticipated would be highly rated, and for that, I picked Apprentice to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Meyer. Fourth is a book on my yearly TBR, which I picked Assassin's Curse by Kevin Sands. Fifth was a science fiction book, which I picked The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. And then last but not least, I picked a book from a series, which was going to be Fourth Wing. I would be an absolute liar if I didn't tell you that this intimidates me so much. I have really beloved books on here like Fourth Wing and The Hunger Games, and I have books that nobody knows about like 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. Like, this TBR covers everybody's bases, I swear. But nonetheless, I am very excited for November's reading now that I know what I'm going to be reading in the month of November. Thank you guys for coming with me and picking my November 2024 TBR with me. I am genuinely really excited about this month's reading, and I hope that you are too. If you've read any of these books, go ahead and let me know what you thought. I would love to know if you loved them, if you hated them, what you think I'm gonna think about them. Like, I'm scared. I'm a little bit intimidated, I'm gonna be honest, but I am excited. I've said it 8 times, so I must be. I hope that your guys' book worlds are treating you just as well as mine treat me. And I cannot wait until the next video where we hopefully start reading books off of my November 2024 TBR. You guys have an absolutely wonderful week, and I will see you next Wednesday. Bye!